Hi, my name is Michael J. Long. It is December the 3rd, 2019, and thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. So, last year was 2018. And in case, for those who don't know what 2018 was, last year for us libertarians in New York State, our governor candidate, who was Larry Sharp, received over 50,000 votes, and I believe it was 90,000. But if you include like all the voided votes, which were mostly ours, it was probably up to 300,000 or a little bit more. But in any case, we received automatic ballot access with regards to the New York State election laws. So now we have to have primaries and reach out to our libertarian voters or people who are registered as libertarians. Because we have major party ballot act status. We don't have to worry about petitions and all that. So for this year, it was pretty much a good year. Well, for the most part, I should say. And then comes Governor Andrew Cuomo and this commission between him and the legislator that they magically set up. I don't know if it was the state legislator or if it was Andrew Cuomo. But in any given case, Andrew Cuomo, pretty much, I don't know if it was him or like the state legislator, but they set up this commission, which made these proposed rules that if this state legislator doesn't convene on time to challenge them or override them with the proper amount of votes, they become law. And so the Green Party and Working Family Party and whatnot has already filed a lawsuit against them. And here we are saying, well, we don't have the money, we can't fight this. And that's kind of pity in a certain sense that we have a free legal aid willing to help us if we can contact them. The Institute for Justice or whatnot. I'm sure there's a free legal aid who can help us with winning any potential lawsuit that we challenge the status quo. But here's what the proposed rules have to say. First off, the recent proposal is that we have to get 130, if I read correctly, and I'm going by memory on this, that we have to either have 130,000 votes in the presidential cycle, or we have to have at least 104,000 votes in the governor's cycle in order to and qualify every 2 years in order to sustain or keep our major party status. Now, if you ask me, this is a sort of a way to say, hey, Libertarian Party, we're going to make it very difficult for you to, climb this ladder and stay where you're at, because we want to remain in power, not just the Democrats, but the Republicans as well, wanting to remain in power throughout eternity, even though they've already been in power for 200 years already in this country, Democratic and Republican Party, at the state level and the national level, and they want to retain it. So Jay Jacobs and Andrew Cuomo are in bed with each other in terms of this proposal. And in case you don't know who Jay Jacobs is, he's the head of the commission that Cuomo helped to set up, the Campaign Finance Commission or whatever you call it. I call it a piece of trash commission that knows nothing about minor parties or political third parties or what our love for liberty is all about. All they are is a commission of Democrats and Republicans deciding what steps third parties need to take to be like that. So it's disgusting. but that's where we're at. And so, I mean, in my opinion, it's disgusting. It really is, because even if we don't succeed in challenging this proposed law or legislation, one or two things is going to have to happen. Either if we don't challenge it, the likelihood is that if we don't get the votes that we need, to sustain ballot access, we'll lose ballot access. Meaning that to get back on the ballots, we have to petition, and I think the amount is up to 40,000 for that, instead of the 1,500. So then we need to petition 50,000 in case 40,000, in case 10,000 or whatnot is invalid. So this is concerning, and I would encourage anybody who lives in New York State, other than me, to talk with their state legislator, get the state legislator to reconvene and challenge this commission. I really think it's a piece of shit commission, if you're, to be honest with you. Hopefully we can challenge it in the near future. But I don't think lawsuits always have to require money, if we can get a free legal aid to do it. But, you know, it seems like every time we reach a milestone, they're willing to hit us with more challenges and raising the threshold to all these requirements and raising the standard, so to speak, that we then have. And every time we meet that standard, they're going to keep increasing it and increasing it until we can no longer meet those standards. And then, now you got to be a minor party again. So we fix our party structure to be in compliance with state law, and then we got to go back to the old way. I mean, something's not right here. So, anyways, just thought I'd bring that up. It's food for thought. I'm Michael J. Long, and thank you for joining me. I appreciate it.